And the other problem with PowerPoint is it's easy for the author and hard for the audience.
Mhm.
And a memo is the opposite. It's hard to write a 6-page memo. A good 6-page memo might take 2 weeks to write.
Mhm.
You have to write it, you have to rewrite it, you have to edit it, you have to talk to people about it. They have to poke holes in it for you. You write it again. It may take 2 weeks. So the author, it's really a very difficult job. But for the audience, it's much better. So you can read a half hour and there are little problems with PowerPoint presentations too. Senior executives interrupt with questions halfway through the presentation. That question's going to be answered on the next slide, but you never got there. Whereas if you read the whole memo in advance, I often write lots of questions that I have in the margins of these memos. And then I go cross them all out because by the time I get to the end of the memo, they've been answered. That's why I save all that time. You also get, if the person who's preparing the memo, we talked earlier about groupthink and the fact that I go last in meetings and that you don't want to your ideas to kind of pollute the meeting prematurely. The author of the memo has kind of got to be very vulnerable. They got to put all their thoughts out there, and they've got to go first. But that's great because it makes them really good. And you get to see their real ideas and you're not trampling on them accidentally in a big, PowerPoint presentation.
What's that feel like when you've authored a thing and then you're sitting there and everybody's reading your thing? You're like,
I think it's mostly terrifying.
yeah. Like maybe in a good way.
I think it's
like a purifying.
I think it's terrifying in a productive way.
Yeah.
But I think it's emotionally a very nerve-wracking experience.
Is there art, science to the writing of the 6-page memo, or just writing in general too?
It's really got to be a real memo. So it means, paragraphs have topic sentences, it's verbs and nouns. That's the other problem with PowerPoint presentations. They're often just bullet points. Mm-hmm. And you can hide a lot of sloppy thinking behind bullet points. When you have to write in complete sentences with narrative structure, it's really hard to hide sloppy thinking. So it forces the author to be at their best. And so they're getting somebody's really their best thinking. And then you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to tease that thinking out of the person. You've got it from the very beginning. So it really saves you time in the long run.
So that part is crisp and then the rest is messy. Crisp document.
Yes, and you don't want to pretend that the discussion should be crisp.
Yeah.
There's, most meetings you're trying to solve a really hard problem. There's a different kind of meeting, which we call weekly business reviews or business reviews. They may be weekly or monthly or daily, whatever they are. But these business review meetings, that's usually for incremental improvement. And you're looking at a series of metrics. Every time it's the same metrics. Those meetings can be very efficient. They can start on time and end on time.
So we're about to run out of time, which is a good time to ask about the 10,000-year clock. Yes. That's what I'm known for, is the humor. Okay. Can you explain what the 10,000-year clock is?